Valley. Relationships, current events, dream interpretations, we cover them and many more. There's so much in store. If you want to know everything happening in the Valley, all we do is talk about everyday living in the Valley. Come on and tune in to everyday living in the Valley. All we do is talk about everyday living in the Valley. Come on and tune in to everyday living in the Valley.
Welcome back to Everyday Living in the Valley, where I'm your host, Jess Alex.
And I'm your host, Mr. Distinguished. Relationships, current events, dream interpretations. Well, we cover them here in the Valley, and there is so much more. If you want more information on what's happening in the Valley, well, visit our website at truevibes.net. That's true, as in TRU, the word vibes.net.
If you like the content that we are producing, feel free to like our Facebook page, Everyday Living in the Valley, and we would like to remind you of our final chance to enter our Valley giveaway. Details on that coming up. Let's talk about what motivates us, Mr. Distinguished.
Yeah, there's so much discouragement out there, and people, get dismayed and just stop on their journey to destiny, even if they're doing well. Right?
You know what? Life be lifing.
Life be lifing, but life also provide us like signs
I agree.
to let us know that we're on the right path and that we need to keep doing what we're doing. And we shouldn't be discouraged because there's something happening in the background that we don't see.
Yes, those little nuggets that you get.
Nuggets, right?
Mm-hmm.
Even though if you turn the air on, you can't necessarily see that the air is on, but it's working in the background.
It is.
And you may feel the differences after a while, but you can't necessarily physically see it.
I actually like that. I have to agree 100%. Sometimes when we feel like things don't go our way, we're looking at like all this stuff that's going on wrong, but there's like light at the end of that tunnel, and then you see why you had to go through what you went through.
That's right.
Yeah.
Not everything is meant to discourage you. Some things are meant as a life lesson.
Yes, I definitely say we have to speak life over situations, even when it feels just bad, when it feels dead. Like
that is absolutely true.
Yeah.
Sometimes you have to motivate yourself.
Oh,
you gotta encourage yourself.
Now, let's be real. Let's say sometimes that is easier said than done.
Easier said than done. That
absolutely, absolutely. That is where your support system around you.
Yes, your friends, your families. But there's also, I believe, an outside source that's leading and guiding us in the direction that
I have to agree with that. Sometimes you're riding in a car, right? And you could be listening. I don't know. It could be some music or somebody is on the radio saying something. And in that moment, you hear something and you're like, oh my God, like that was meant for me. That's what I needed to hear.
You can't really, explain why you heard what you heard at this particular time.
I agree.
What is amazing is exactly what your soul needed.
Yes, I have to agree 100%.
This is your Valley Giveaway.
So I know that this is our last opportunity for the Valley Giveaway, right? And it's definitely brought to us by Nail Slay by Ray. And we're going to present this first Valley giveaway this Saturday. We're going to do that live. So we definitely want to say thank you to the people that has put in like their words that we needed them to put in. So many. Thank you all.
Thank you all for all your submissions.
Oh, the support has been amazing.
Yes.
And I mean, it's beyond what we couldn't even imagine. So I'm going to go over the details of what this is your last chance now.
It's your last
opportunity. So here are the rules to qualify for this raffle. We need you to like and follow Everyday Living in the Valley Facebook page. You must invite 10 people to our page. You must enter one of the secret words broadcasted throughout the episode. We need you to go to truevibes.net and click on Enter Valley Giveaway. Now, we all do have some, I'm going to say some coworkers that just makes your skin crawl sometimes. So Mr. Distinguished, what you got for us today?
Well, for today, I have a part 2 because I did cover Mavis and Kevin.
You did.
In
You
a
did.
previous episode
Ooh.
of Everyday Living in the Valley.
Go check that episode out.
Go check it out, everybody.
Yes.
But Mavis was a manager. She was my manager.
Hmm?
And Kevin was a guy, we worked on the same team.
Ooh.
And so Mavis, she was ambitious, but she was ambitious to, like, at the fault of the people that worked under her.
Messy.
She didn't mind pitting two people against each other.
Wrong.
She basically would try to get whatever her ambition done. She didn't care at all.
Any means necessary.
Any means necessary, at the expense of anybody's feelings, mental health as well too.
Oh.
Yes,
One of those bosses.
Yes, she will definitely put you on a roller coaster.
I already don't like Mavis.
Oh man! So let me tell you about Mavis, your girl, this time.
What Mavis do?
Well, just to say this system, and Kevin, he actually developed the system from ground up.
Oh wow!
Yes, so
That was a lot of time, effort,
energy. This was his baby.
That's his.
This is his. And,
Birthed it.
and it's almost like if anybody else tried to take it, it would be like an insult to him. It would be a slap in his face, and it just wouldn't be right. So one day, Mavis called me in her office, and she was like, "Mr. Distinguished, I want you to be the head over this system now." And I was, well, let me back up. This is how I know that this is about to be messy.
How?
So she called me in her office and she was like, "Shut the door."
Oh no. It's just a whisper alone. Just what you got going on, Mavis?
Shut the door. And I was like, oh my God, my body, everything started cringing because I already knew it was about to be something crazy.
I can imagine.
So she was like, "I want you to be over this system, and don't tell Kevin that I'm put you over this system, and it's going to be amazing, and you're going to be like," she tried to paint a picture of your success.
Just not even looking at the havoc that
the havoc that this would cause within your employees. So
what's the first thing you did?
So as soon as I got out the office, what do I do?
What did you do?
I'll go tell Kevin.
I love it. Yes. That's what I'm talking about. So what Kevin say?
So Kevin, of course, he was offended, but not surprised.
Because y'all been dealing with her for a
We've been
moment.
dealing with her for some years. So this is something that we would expect from her. And when she did this, it was so messy, guys. And of course, Kevin was the type to say whatever's on his mind. And
okay, Kevin.
so he went to Mavis and confronted her.
Come through, Kevin.
And of course, she didn't really know what to say or what to do.
Well, she wasn't expecting you to go to Kevin and say what you said.
I mean, I just want peace in the workplace, right?
Absolutely.
And when I know that there's something that's going to create havoc and chaos with it, especially within the department that I work in,
Absolutely.
I'm just going to go ahead and nip that in the butt, right?
Yeah. I don't even have to say absolutely.
Or what you had did.
The same exact thing. I probably would have said something to Mavis, though, knowing me. I'd be like, I don't feel comfortable about that. But yeah, I would have went to Kevin too, because you just don't do that. I like for people to be honest and right. Like, that's just not even right on any level.
So that was my story about Mavis and Kevin's. If you have a coworker chronicle story that you would like to share yourself, you can always visit our website at truevibes.net. That's true as in TRU, the word vibes.net. Click on Contact Us at Everyday Living in the Valley. Fill out the form and select Co-worker Chronicles. Well, guys, let me tell you about a dream that inspired me, and they will sure inspire you.
We have a story about Casanova that you don't want to miss. Stay tuned, y'all.
Living in the valley.
Hey guys, you want some bomb nails? Well, I have just a place for you. Nails Slay by Ray. Down at the Bomb Aesthetics, she'll get you just right. I've been going to her for some years and you definitely will not be disappointed. Manda Bullock, she's also listed on Facebook. That's MandaBullock. You can also give her a call at 678-209-8652. Thank you.
Your Valley giveaway secret word is
Destination.
that's.
Destination.
Again, that's.
Destination.
Living in the valley. All we do is talk about every day. Living in the valley. Come on and tune in to every day. Living in the valley. All we do is talk about every day. Living in the valley. Come on and tune in to every day. Living in the valley.
Welcome back to Everyday Living in the Valley, where I'm your host, Mr. Distinguished.
And I'm your host, Jess Alex. Relationships, current events, dream interpretation. We cover them, and there is so much more, you guys. If you want more information on what's happening in the Valley, visit truevibes.net. That's the word true, TRU, vibes.net. Opportunities for advertisement, visit our website for details, truevibes.net. That's true, TRU, the word vibes.net. Mr. Distinguished, remember that time when you were standing in a line and we were on the phone?
Listen, guys. So, I'm standing in a line at Home Depot, and there was this new restaurant at the time called Jazzy Crab.
Yes.
And so, we've seen so many reviews on the book and on the website.
Not good review. I mean, it was like they was pushing back, right?
Yes.
The opening time. When they kept pushing it back, the first thing Mr. Distinguished said, trash. They not good. They not good. They got too many delayed openings because we was planning on going. And so we just didn't see anything good. So what happened when we was on that phone?
So, I was in the phone and standing in the line, and I think you was on speakerphone at the time.
I was. Mm-hmm.
And so I didn't know that the owner of this restaurant was standing right behind me.
You guys, this is what I want y'all to understand. He was dogging them out. Like,
Listen.
I know that food. You see that picture of the food? I know that food nasty. I just know. It was just like, well, we both were. We both were kind of like going in. But he was there in person, though.
I think how the conversation got started was I was trying to figure out what I was going to eat
Yes.
for that day.
Yes.
And you're the one that started this. You said, oh, why don't you eat at Jazzy Crab? And that's when all of this started.
So let me let you all know. Let me give you a background. I know we talked about how we already know when something's going to be good or bad.
Mm-hmm.
So we try to, even though we know it's bad, we try to see who we can get, which one of us can go first.
Yes.
Because we want that person to have the bad experience. Just come back and tell me, because I already know. Like, we have similar taste buds. So we already know if Mr. Distinguished don't like it, I'm not going to like it.
Mm-hmm.
And he knows if I don't like it, he ain't going to like it.
Mm-hmm.
So I was just trying to convince him to go because I wanted to see what he was going to say. And he was just bad talking the place, y'all. I was too.
Yeah, no, you was the one. It was your fault.
It was funny, though.
It was your fault. You was on speakerphone. This guy, and what made this whole experience worse is he had his t-shirt on.
He had a Jazzy Crab t-shirt on.
Jazzy Crab t-shirt.
Y'all, I hollered on that phone.
And of course, he approached me.
He did. And so it was like, excuse me, I'm the owner of Jazzy Crab. And Mr. Distinguished, I could imagine the look on his face, y'all.
Because
it was a mullet.
Yeah, because that's when I realized, oh, he has a t-shirt on.
Yes. And what did he say to you?
He was, I guess, trying to get me to try it out or whatever. I didn't really know what to say or whatever. I mean, it was all out there.
It was, and I hollered on that phone, and Mr. Distinguished was just like, "It's your fault, just
It
Alex.
was.
It's your fault." And I was just like, "You ain't got nothing to do with
You
it."
had everything to do with it. 'Cause
I wasn't there.
if you didn't bring the restaurant up, then we would have never had the conversation.
I'm gonna tell you why I was so happy this happened to him, because if the shoe was on the other foot, he would have been hollering on that phone.
I would have not.
And he would never let me forget it.
I would.
And
never.
then he would have told me, "I'm happy that it happened to you."
Oh my God.
Oh, we ain't doing that. We ain't doing that. So yeah, I was happy that it happened to him. And I just kept laughing, y'all. I'm talking about that was the most funniest thing to me.
Well, to be fair, we never really got the opportunity to try to establish it out.
We didn't want to.
You know, I mean, it could have been good.
I couldn't even say nothing. I couldn't say nothing. I don't think it was good. And he knows this too, y'all. He know it wasn't good, because we already know when we get that vibe, that's just it.
No, what about the employees?
Ooh. Those people were like quitting, and they were talking about them folks had roaches in the kitchen, and the pictures that were being posted. It was not something that I couldn't get with it. It was like a no-go for me.
I really wanted her to try it though.
And was not going to. That was dead. That was definitely dead to me.
Well, guys, this leads up to our new foodie segment.
Ooh.
So, just to recap, just Alex and myself, we consider ourselves food connoisseurs. And we like to go out to different restaurants and try them out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And of course, if there's a restaurant that you want us to try, then let us know.
Absolutely.
We definitely will try.
We are more than willing to go. Please let us know why you feel like this restaurant is worthy. Like why you feel like this is like the bomb. Like this is something we really need to try. Let us know, because we are always looking for somewhere new to go try.
Guys, just make sure that flavor profile.
Listen. We're going to research before we go now.
And listen. If that food bland, we're going to say it.
We're going to say it. Mm-hmm.
We're definitely going to say it. So, guys, I must really love y'all, because this is like one of my secret getaway places here.
Listen.
And I kind of don't want to tell y'all, because I don't want y'all crowding the place in case I want to go on the same day y'all want to go.
But I'm just saying, he's been multiple.
Yeah, I've been tearing it up.
Multiple. When he first went, he was going like 2-3 times.
Yeah.
It was like, oh, I went to this. I'm like, did you just go?
Yeah. It was actually 2 hours away from where we live at. Mm-hmm. So it's not like, I can just go out there 15 minutes, pick it up, and take it back to the house.
But you went like a couple of weekends straight.
Yeah. I mean, listen. So this place that we're talking about is located in the midtown of Atlanta.
Mm-hmm. It is.
And it's called Wagaya.
Ooh.
If you're into ramen, if you're into sushi.
Fresh ramen.
Fresh sushi as well, too. Fresh ingredients. And the flavor profile, guys, let me tell you.
Hitting.
It is there.
Every time.
Every time. Mm-hmm. Every time I go up there, some restaurants, they kind of not consistent.
Yeah, it's like,
it was good this time, but next time it's not good.
It was okay. Yeah, but this was really good.
So every time I go up there, it's an experience. And they also have a store where they sell.
They do. Like authentic
Japanese.
Yeah.
Authentic merchandise.
I like that.
You can also order sushi as well from there as well too.
I'm gonna say go ahead and look them up online.
Give them a try and let us know. When we recommend a restaurant,
and if it's for you, let us know. If you be like, I didn't like it, we can respect that.
And let us know why you didn't like it.
Yeah. Absolutely.
We're not gonna get mad.
Not at all. Not at all.
So, guys, that's Wagaya. It's located in Atlanta, Georgia.
And that's Wagaya, if you're wondering how to spell Wagaya.
I hope that's how you spell it, guys.
Never mind.
That's what I posted in the script. But.
He did. He gonna mean, oh, yeah, that's how you spell it. You spell it this way.
Yeah, that's what I posted in the script. I didn't know she was going to spell
And
it for
he
y'all.
is absolutely correct.
Yay, look at
That's
me.
how you spell it. I mean, all he had to do was just let me know.
Give that spelling again. Let them know how to spell it.
WAGAYA.
Well, thank you so much, Just Alex. So now, guys, let's transition into our new segment, our dream interpretation segment.
Ooh.
So just to recap something else about Just Alex and myself, we are dreamers.
Yes, we are.
We do like to interpret dreams as well, too.
Yes.
So we receive messages, I guess, from the beyond, and it'll be accurate. And so I want to tell you guys about a recent dream that I had, and it was encouraging to me.
Tell us about it.
So this dream, I was kind of feeling discouraged, dismayed about certain things in life.
Mm-hmm.
And it just kind of seemed like things weren't going the way where I expected to go.
Yes.
And, and it just seemed like whatever you do, it's not working out. So basically, even if it doesn't seem like you're doing well, keep going.
I like that. So how did you feel when you woke up?
I felt refreshed, motivated, and affirmed as well, too.
So what details of the dream just got your attention?
And that's an interesting way of putting it, because usually when I have a special dream, there's something that happens in the dream to make sure that it grabs my attention. So I wasn't even looking for anything like this. I was like sitting at the table. I don't know if I was eating or if it was like an executive table, but there was this lady that was sitting right next to me, and I didn't know the lady, didn't recognize the lady, never seen the lady before, but she wanted to make sure that she got my attention. The way she got my attention was she was wearing very eccentric attire, and the makeup was very heavy. So it was definitely something that grabbed my attention.
Yeah.
And she pointed at me. She wanted to let me know that you're going to be okay. You have to wait for the divine order, but great things are coming your way.
Ooh, I like that.
Good and great things are coming your way. And she kept affirming this to me.
So she was telling you to be patient.
Be patient. Be not weary in well doing. That's what I was trying to say earlier.
Okay. It just took me to help you get to that
Yes,
perspective.
be not weary in well doing. And so I wanted to motivate you as well too. You may have some things that you're doing.
Absolutely.
Some projects coming up.
Yeah.
And of course, life be lifing.
It does.
Vendors may not be working out.
Just a lot of stuff.
May not have the money.
It's like, I think with life, right?
Mm-hmm.
We do, just like we talked about in the inspiration section, we do need something to help us keep going. You need that motivation.
It's like that recharge.
You do, because there's so much around you. Like you said, life be lifing, but also you may have some of the people who you may consider a friend or a family member who you thinking who's going to be there for you, and they really not.
Yeah.
And it kind of shows in things that you do. And it's like, well, you're not really supporting me the way that I thought you would.
Yeah.
So what is that really telling me about you? So it's telling me that, and I do feel like, and I don't know if anybody is spiritual, but I do feel like God places things. Sometimes we pray and ask God to show us things, right? Mm-hmm. And when he show us, we will sometimes try to push it off. No, that don't really mean. No, when people show you who they are the first time, believe them.
Also, guys, when you pray for something, be receptive of the answer that you get.
I like that. When you see that answer,
don't ignore it.
That is your answer.
That is your answer.
That is your answer. It's right there. And then sometimes we get upset because, that's not,
the answer that we're looking for.
There you go. But it is the answer that's for you.
And And that answer, there's so many reasons behind that. I mean, it could be something, a learning experience that you need to learn
yes.
later on. And maybe sometimes it's not a no, maybe it's a not now. Right?
I like that. So, as they say, delayed is not always denied.
That's true.
Delayed is not always denied. Wait on your opportunity. Be patient.
On your opportunity. Be patient, everybody.
Yes.
Well, guys, we don't want you to miss your last opportunity to enter our Valley giveaway.
And guys, I got to tell you about a time when somebody had me messed up.
On Everyday Living in the Valley.
Living in the Valley.
This portion of the program is brought to you by Nails Slay by Ray. Go ahead and book your appointment today.
Living in the Valley.
Hey guys, you want some bomb nails? Well, I have just a place for you. Nails Slay by Ray. Down at the Bomb Aesthetics, she'll get you just right. I've been going to her for some years and you definitely will not be disappointed. Manda Bullock, she's also listed on Facebook. That's MandaBullock. You can also give her a call at 678-209-8652. Thank you.
Your Valley giveaway secret word is
Discourage.
that's.
Discourage.
Again, that's.
Discourage.
Living in the Valley. All we do is talk about every day. Living in the Valley. Come on and tune in to every day. Living in the Valley. All we do is talk about every day. Living in the Valley. Come on and tune in to every day. Living in the Valley.
Welcome back to Everyday Living in the Valley, where I'm your host, Jess Alex.
And I'm your host, Mr. Distinguished. Relationships, current events, dream interpretations. Well, we cover them here in the Valley, and there is so much more. If you would like some relationship advice, or if you have a dream that you would like for us to interpret, then go to our website, truevibes.net, vibes.net, and click on Contact Us at Everyday Living in the Valley.
Okay, guys, let me tell you about a time when somebody really had me messed up.
I just know you lying to me.
Ooh, child, they got me messed up.
She really did try it.
They got me messed up.
She really said that?
Ooh, child, I just tell you, these folks just really got me messed up. All right, guys, let me tell you about this time where I didn't have my hair was not natural. I had a relaxed hair. And you know that person that made those shirts for me that had me messed up? I let her refer me to someone to start my sister lock process.
How did that go for you?
I went to a lady named Christy, and her name has been changed, y'all, to protect the identity.
So don't be going trying to find Christy.
So don't go on there trying to look for her, okay? You ain't gonna be able to find her. But she's a brand ambassador of Sister Lock. So I was like, I'm good. Like, this is okay. This is gonna be just fine. Cause she know what she talking about. She a brand ambassador. When you look at a brand ambassador, you're looking at somebody that know what they talking about. They got all the gems. So I go for my consultation. She tells me the price. The price was originally $1,200, y'all. And she was like, you have relaxed hair, therefore you have to cut your hair. And I was like, oh, okay. I wasn't thinking I had to cut all my hair. So I go, it's time for me to do my installation, y'all.
Okay.
And I get there and she was like, your hair ain't cut down short enough. She was like, I got to cut it all off just about. She cut my hair so low to where she couldn't even do the sister locks.
Dead.
I was furious.
But did she make it seem like it was your fault?
And then she made it seem like it was my fault. It was my fault that I had to get my hair cut all the way down. Now, mind you, I had paid her all this money. So before I even sat down in her chair, my $1,200 had to be paid. And I did do payments. Now, I don't think I just got $1,200 just laying around like, Alex just went on ahead and just paid that. No. I did not. I made payments on it. So another month came. I had to walk around with my head not done. Another month came.
Oh, she didn't finish?
No, she didn't even start it then.
Oh.
So then we go to the next month. Still, hair not done. And then here we go. We get to like the 4th, 5th month. And it's like, okay, now I can do your hair. And still, she did only half of my head, y'all. So it all was not done. And Christy says, you know what? You owe me another $100. And I was like, wait a minute, hold up. We said $1,200. And she was like, no, because you had to get your hair cut down. I had to cut it down some more. And so I had to reach out to Mr. Sting because I didn't have that $100 at that time.
Oh, yeah, I remember.
I said, can you cash out me $100? I'm going to pay you right back.
You did.
I did.
Mm-hmm.
I did. But I was furious that I had to do this. So it was, you know how you get this feeling. And I'm going to tell y'all, when you get this feeling of somebody ain't right, you know they ain't right.
Mm-hmm.
So I go back to her just for her to do what they call a retie on my head. All right, the retie is supposed to be free. And she was like, you know, you pay me $25 to wash your hair. Supposed to been free. I paid $25 for her to wash my hair. And still the back of my head was not done. So I wasn't looking at like my youngest baby girl was going to get her traditional locks done. And the lady who was doing her locks, I said, and I went to her, and the lady, she does sister locks too. And I didn't know this, y'all. And she was like, you got sister locks in your hair? I said, yeah. She said, don't you know the whole back of your nape not done? And I said, yeah, I know. I know it's not done. She said, I do sister locks. I can really do it. And when she said, you know what? Who did your hair? And I said, Christy. And it just went downhill from there.
Why did it go down?
Because she told me that Christy has burnt a lot of people when it came to getting their hair. She jacked my head up, y'all. The lady had to go in and repair. I had to pay an additional. Now, mind you, I paid $1,300 instead of $1,200. I had to pay an additional $400. So when I decided that I wasn't going to go to Christy no more, the person that had did the shirts talked to Christy. Come to find out, Christy had bamboozled her. She paid like $2,000.
Was it like for like 2 years?
For like 2 years. She had cut her hair. So Christy told the girl that had did the shirts, you know, you cut your hair, the price reduced. So she went to her and she was like, nah, your price still ain't reduced. It was like $2,500. It was like on up there, y'all. And she wasn't even showing up to the appointment like she wasn't. The girl had holes in her sister locks too. And so I just told her, like, why would you throw me under the bus with Christy instead of just saying, Chris, you know what? I ain't got nothing to do with her saying she ain't coming back to you. I'm just not going to come back to you. But she put it off on me. So Christy was blowing my phone up and leaving me messages about how ungodly I was because I decided that I didn't want to go to her. I didn't want her to keep ripping me off.
And tear your head up.
And tearing my head up. Because, again, I had to get my hair redone and pay an additional $400, y'all. So all in all, I paid too much doing money. I want to say about $1,700 just to be just all together. And my hair wasn't even as long as a cocoa bud. Ridiculous. But that's how she had me messed up. And that is my story for my sister locks.
Ooh, child.
It's a lot. It's a lot to take in. But you know what? Coming up next, I do have my travel tips. So my travel tip for this episode will be get that insurance, y'all. When you get off, like if you're going on a cruise or you're going anywhere, book insurance because you never know what can and might happen. You don't want to get over there to the Bahamas and you fall and break your ankle and you really need some medical care. Well, guess what? You're going to have to come out your pocket to pay. And it's expensive over there because they look at Americans as just
Money.
gold.
Money.
We got it. That's where they look at it. So make sure you have insurance, because the insurance will take care of that for you. It'll make sure that, and especially if you get left by the ship, because we talked about that on the last episode, to make sure that you have your passport. Also, make sure you got that insurance, because if you miss that ship, they pull off, then that insurance is going to help cover you with that flight ticket, because baby, that flight ticket gonna break you all the way down. So I definitely wanted to just give y'all that travel tip in regards to traveling.
So let the people know how they can reach out to you.
So you can definitely reach out to me at travelingwiththebrowns@yahoo.com. You can also visit me on Facebook. I also have a Traveling with the Browns Facebook page, but you can also message me personally on my personal page, and that's Alexandria M. Brown.
Ooh, well, thank you for those traveling tips.
You're welcome.
Alex. So, guys, it's time for our story about Casanova and Hannah. But before we get into that, let's go ahead and throw the disclaimer out there that the story that we're about to tell you, true events, but the names have been changed to protect the people involved. So, just Alex.
This is a good one, y'all.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I have no idea how we've run into situations like this. To me, it just seems like, I don't know.
Well, let me also tell you, just Alex, she calls me up and she drags me into these situations.
I do, y'all.
Because, wait, let me tell you. So Alex wanted like a personal trainer.
I did. Mm-hmm.
And so here she go calling me and dragging me into the situation.
I did.
Mr. Distinguished, let's go. We got.
And he was okay. Okay, so he also wanted to work out too. So
I did.
He did. So I knew, because we had been talking about it. So we so-called do the green smoothie challenge, and I always fall off. Like, we do different stuff to kind of motivate each other in regards to just trying to do something a little healthy, just get your system cleaned out.
Yes.
So I ran across Casanova in an ad, and I was like, you know what? This will be great. So I'm like, oh, let me reach out to Mr. Distinguished. And it was like cheap. I think it was like $20 a session or something. So I was like, look, it's already paid. I paid it. So let's just go. And it was like 3 days. So we paid for 3 days in advance.
Wasn't he like, when you weigh yourself, you have to do something?
So this is what he told me. He was like, okay, I talked to Casanova on the phone, y'all. And so the first thing he tells me is, I need a naked picture of you. You need what? What was that? Come again, sir? Yeah, you're not getting a naked picture. Now, I can probably give you a picture with like a sports bra on, if that, but I have to run that by low. Because, I know I'm thick and I know I'm juicy. I know I'm pretty big, but yeah, that ain't finna fly.
He wants you to weigh yourself.
Yes.
Too.
Weigh myself naked and send him.
Now, mind you, guys, I went through the same guy.
He did.
He didn't tell me about that.
Mr. Distinguished was trash, y'all. From the beginning. Listen, I want y'all to really understand. From the beginning, Mr. Distinguished was just trash. He just shouldn't even been there. And that's the way Casanova was just treating him. So let's get to the first day. So we talk about the first day a lot, y'all. And no one else was there. Like, no one else was there for that first day workout. So let me tell you, I get there. Now, mind you, I'm someone that's been sitting on the sofa. I haven't been doing much. My idea of walking was walking around at work when I got to do something at work, which is really not anything.
And I think at that time, the most I was doing was walking in the park.
You were, because you have invited me one time, and I didn't last. I went back to the car.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, I did. Mm-hmm.
So we're at Casanova's house.
We at Casanova's house.
And guys, it's hot as Hades.
I'm talking about 90. I'm talking about like sweating.
Yes.
Like
Humid, hot.
just horrible.
Yes.
Horrible. So we get there and, we do like the stretches. I said, okay, we stretching. There are some other people there. There are other people there. And so he was like, all right, all y'all have to do is breathe out your nose.
Yes, breathe out your nose.
Breathe out your nose and
okay.
you'll be fine. So I was just like, oh, so maybe they just gonna jog a little. And he was like, okay, just Alice, you're gonna be with me. You're gonna be right here. And I'm like, I don't know how they're gonna work out because, dude, I don't even power walk. So you want me to jog?
And meanwhile, he expected me.
Listen. I want y'all to get this. So there was a group, and I'm sure they worked out with him a lot more. He wanted Mr. Distinguished because they was like full blown, like I'm talking about legs kicking. Yes.
Sprinting. It wasn't no power walk.
Mr. Distinguished tried to stay back with me and Casanova.
I did.
And Casanova like,
what are you doing?
What are you doing? You need to be up there.
Go ahead.
What are you doing? And Mr. Distinguished, he he eventually caught up to them.
And then I was kind of slowing down.
He was, because he would get.
Casanova was like, what are you doing?
What are you doing? Listen, I want y'all to know, this was not like, I don't know, like a little dash or, I'm talking about, we were, and it's still hot now. We were like literally around this whole freaking neighborhood. I was over it. I just felt like I was about to pass out.
It was hilly.
It was. And it was run up the hill. Remember? Because it was run up. He was like, well, just Alex, you don't run all the way up the I wasn't going to run all the way up the hill. That was like a no-go for me. So he was like just trying to make me just, you could do it. You can run back to the house. And so Mr. Distinguished them was already, on up there. And I already knew once I got back to the house, I was going to sit my fat ass down. I just want y'all to know that. I'm going to sit down. Okay?
Oh, man.
I wasn't going to do nothing else.
I guess after that jog, I thought we were done.
And it looked like we were done.
Yeah. Sweat.
I went and sat down.
Yeah.
Okay? Like I said I was going to do. I sat down. He was like, just Alex, you need to get up there. That's on deaf ears for me.
Oh, yeah. I knew it was dead on arrival.
Mr. Distinguished just knew not. I'm going to tell y'all, we know each other. So he knows like, yeah, she ain't finna do nothing now.
Yeah.
She not finna, that's it.
You can give her all the encouragement.
You can say everything that you want, baby. And I'm not moving. It's like moving a dead horse. I ain't going nowhere. You gonna have to get a whole tractor trailer to move me. So.
Yeah. So meanwhile.
They setting up, listen, the obstacle course.
Listen.
The look on, I want y'all to get this. Mr. Distinguished looked over at me and I know he called me out my name. Because he was giggling, just how he laughed just then. He was giggling, and he was like, I know you lying to me. Yeah. And that's how he was looking, because I know. And I was just like, ooh, he finna get me.
Listen, this obstacle course was something.
It wasn't like a little obstacle. I'm looking at what they doing. I'm talking about
at least 7, 8 stations.
It was 7 stations, about 8. 8 if I'm not mistaken. And
he wants you to go through that like multiple times.
And Mr. Distinguished, he was just like over it, y'all. And I was still sitting down. I knew I didn't even try to do it. I know I was, and Casanova just like, I'm disappointed in you. And I'm just like, I mean, it is what it is, sir. Like, you got my money, so.
I mean, yeah.
I'm not going to move. Whatever you try to do, I'm not going to move.
So how long was this workout?
I want y'all to get this now. That workout, we was under there about 3 hours. We were there for three. There's no way. Now,
profusely.
It was horrible. Now, I did eventually get back up to try to do something else, but I went and sat back down because I don't do no 3-hour workout. That's not feasible. That's not logical. That's actually not healthy.
Is this the same time you was telling me you was about to cry or something?
Yes. And I wish I could say this, y'all. With the way he was looking at me, it was like, I'm a bitch. That's how he looked at me. It was just really like, I know she lying. I know she ain't. He didn't even respond when I said that's how over it he was. He didn't even respond. It was just like, all right then.
Go ahead and cry.
And when I got home that night, it was like I couldn't even eat. I that's how just it was horrible, y'all.
And we had to go back.
Listen, we was on the phone for lunch. I remember this. We was on lunch. No one wanted to mention. We did not want to mention that we had to go back that Saturday. Because at first was on a Friday.
Was it?
It was a Friday. I believe it was a Friday.
It was like, wasn't it?
It was like a Friday, Saturday.
Wasn't it like another time? Because I remember it.
It was. We did do it, but
Did we do it on a Friday?
We did a Friday.
Because I remember there was a Friday coming up and we not being excited about it.
We were not. We had to work out. We didn't want to talk about it. But see, that's the time where Lo and hello, Joanne. Joanne came. That's the time where we had Lo and we had Joanne. Now listen, that second day, that was on a Saturday, because Joanne was like, I normally go work out in Novo. And we was like, no, just come on because we want you to see. And he didn't go as far as he did the first day was just like the worst for me. I feel like he didn't do that the second day. But him and Joanne stayed into it.
Yeah, I think mentally I was just prepared to die.
Yeah,
on the second day,
and we both said, like, if you was to stick to working out with him, you really would.
You would get results.
Oh, Coca-Cola bottle.
Yes, whatever your goal is.
You would drop that within whatever month you need to drop it. It's there. I'm just letting you know. That's gonna be a thing. You gonna drop that weight. But Casanova, that's a no-go. So that day where we were doing like floor exercises, and mind you, it's on the ground. Okay.
On the ground, we're on the mat.
Hard ground. And we are on the mat. So he had
these different sets of bicycles.
We did. Flutters.
And what was the other one?
I forgot. Scissors. It was scissors.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Mr. Distinguished said, "Oh, I caught a cramp." And
I was trying to ask him, like, so what do I do in this case? And here go Mr. Casanova. Flutters.
Listen, Mr. Distinguished was chopped liver. Okay? Anything that he asked, like directions on, or how do I do this, and how, all you gotta do is just hit the bag.
Anybody else asked,
it was like, he was demonstrating.
A, B, C, and
yes.
D. Now, if I would have asked, it was like,
just do this, just punch the bag.
What the hell you asking me this for?
Just kick the bag. It was like he was disgusted that Mr. Distinguished was even there. I have no idea.
And the weirdest thing about this is he was upset that I didn't go there 5 days a week.
That was the craziest thing ever. To me, that was the craziest thing ever. That is true. He did not like that Mr. Distinguished would not just sign and commit
to
a 5 day a week workout, but he
never get anything else done.
Listen, you get out work and you be there till it's time
to go to bed.
I want y'all to listen. We was getting off work. We was going over there. We had to be there at 6 p.m. And it was like 10 p.m. leaving there.
Yeah, it was dark.
We have children and stuff.
I mean, this was the summertime.
It was, but still, it was that's strenuous, you know? And then that Sunday, it took me and Lo everything out our body to get out that bed. I think Mr. Distinguished beat us there. And Casanova, and he was like, oh my God, we're going to have to run. And so me and Lo was pulling up, and of course they had to change that up because he already knew what I was and was not going to do.
Well, the girl that was there in Casanova, they was already going through this extraneous workout that they were about to do. And here go me just cringing and bracing myself. And then I was so happy when y'all pulled up because they changed that whole workout.
Because he already knew I was not going to do that. Like, it's
like, thank you, G.
he know how I am. Like, I'm not doing that. So one more, I wanted my mom to go because I wanted her to really go in on him and tell him
next time.
This was the next time that we decided that we were going to do it. And that is where my mom got lost, y'all. So she just went on ahead and went on back to.
She don't really do cell phones.
She
like
don't.
that for real.
No. So she went on back to Casita. So I called Mr. Distinguished and was like, hey, I have a somebody, my mom was like, I paid for her, but she's not coming. So you can come in her spot. And he was like, okay, cool. I mean, if he was just like, I'll go ahead since it's already paid for.
Mm-hmm. I didn't want to, guys.
He did not, but he was like, you already paid for it. So we get there and Casanova is ticked off. Now, yeah, granted, we were late because I was waiting on my mom, but she never did come. But he was more ticked off that
I was there.
Mr. Distinguished came.
I mean, he had to
he never been there. He was like, you need to let me know when you're coming to my house. And we was like,
I've been here 3 times.
Dude, he done been here 3 times to work out. So what is the problem? But I don't know what it is about Mr. Distinguished, but Casanova did not like him, y'all. He didn't treat Low like that at all. He didn't say nothing to Low, but Mr. Distinguished, trash. That's where he looked at him.
I think he felt maybe threatened because he had some other stuff going on.
And y'all want to know what that is? We got some for you.
There's a reason why we call this man Casanova.
Cliffhanger.
We'll let you know.
Of course we are.
On the next episode of Everything Living in the Valley. Well, guys, that's all we have for you today. We hope you enjoyed the show.
If you would like some relationship advice, or if you have a dream that you would like us to interpret, go to truevibes.net. That's true, TRU, the word vibes.net. We also have our Valley giveaway. That's Saturday at 3 p.m. We will be live on Facebook. We would like for you all to join us. Please answer that phone because we're calling you live.
Join us next week for another exciting episode of Everyday Living in the Valley.
Living in the Valley.
This has been a True Vibes Entertainment production. For more information on what's going on in the Valley and more, visit our website at truevibes.net. That's true as in TRU, the word vibes.net.